Welcome to Gem Weblog. In this video we are going to discuss about how to create text field using JTextField class and also various methods used with this class. When you discuss about text field, it is a text component that allows user to enter single line of text. It belongs to javax.swing.jtextfield package. When it comes to the package hierarchy, JTextField has been derived from JText component package, and it has been derived from JComponent package, and then it has been derived from container package, and then from component package. Now we will discuss about how to create text field using JTextField constructor. So these are the different ways to create JTextField using JTextField constructor. Now we will enter into the demonstration of creating JTextField. So before we start our demonstration, we will see the basic code to create a frame and display it. First you have to include the necessary package. Next you have to create a public class, and then inside the class define a constructor. So inside the constructor you have to create the object for JFrame. Next we have set the size of the frame. Next we have made it to visible. Next we have set the layout for the frame, and then we have set the default close operation by exit on close. So inside the main we have called the constructor. Now we will execute it. We have compiled using Java C. And we are executing it using the class file. Now you can able to see the frame that appears on the screen. Now we will start with the creation of text field. First method, without using any caption in the constructor. So first JTextField, object name equal to new text field. We are not passing any caption into it. Once you created, we are adding the component into the frame so that it will be visible for the user. Now I am compiled it, executing it. Now you can able to see the text field that appears on the frame, but the size of the text field has set to 0 since we didn't assign any text into it, and also we didn't assign the size of the text field, so it will be set to 0. Next we will discuss about the second way of creating the text field. So inside the constructor we are passing the string into it. So whatever the string that has been assigned here, it will be displayed in the text field. Now whatever the string that has been passed as argument has been assigned to it. So based on the text, the size of the text field will be aligned to it. Next we will discuss about the third method of creating it. Instead of the text, just they are setting the size of the text field. So we are passing the integer 10, which represents the number of column. Now we have compiled it, we are executing it. So now the size of the text field has been assigned to 10 columns. Here we didn't pass any string into it, so none of the string has been assigned into it. Next we will discuss about the last method to create text field. In this we are passing both string and the number of column into it. So we are passing string along with the number of columns value. Here the size of the text field is 10 columns. Inside that we have assigned the string welcome. Now we have discussed the different way to create the text field. Now we look into the various method that is used along with the text field class. Next we will discuss about the methods of JTextField. First method is setText and getText. setText is used to change the text that is available in the JText field to the string that we have assigned. getText field, whatever the string that has been assigned, it will extract it and display it. This is the syntax of these two methods. Now we will set the text for the text field to Java Swing, and whatever that has been set in the text field will be extracted and it will be displayed in the console. Now we will compile it, executing it. So whatever the text that has been set in the setText method has been assigned to the text field, and whatever has been assigned, it has been extracted and it has been displayed in the console. Next we will discuss about the column method. setColumn is used to specify the number of columns in the text field, and getColumns, whatever has been assigned, it will extract it. And this is the syntax of these two methods. Now we will be setting the column to size 10, and whatever has been assigned, it will be extracting and displayed in the console. And the text has been assigned to Java Swing, and also column has been set to 10 columns. Now the size number of columns in the text field is 10, and the value has been assigned to Java Swing, and whatever the column has been assigned, it has been extracted and displayed in the console. So number of column that has been assigned is 10. Next we will discuss about the font methods. setFont is used to set the font style, and getFont is used to extract the font that has been assigned, and this is the syntax of these two methods. Now we will set the font to Courier font with bold and italic of character sizes 16. So Courier family, and then bold and italic, and size of the font is 16. Now whatever has been set, it will be extracted and displayed in the console. Now the characters has been, style character has been changed to Courier family, both bold and the italic, and whatever the font that has been set, it has been extracted and displayed in the console. Next we will discuss about how to set the foreground color. setForeground is used to set the foreground color of the component. getForeground, whatever the color has been set, it will extract it and display it. Now syntax, this is the syntax of these two methods. Now we are setting the foreground color of the text field to red, and whatever the color has been set, it will extract it and display it in the screen. Now you can able to see that the color has been changed to red color, and whatever has been set, it has been extracted and displayed in the console. Next we will see how to set the background color of the text field. Instead of foreground, we are changing it to background. Next we will see how to change the background color of the text field. setBackground is used to set the background color of the component, and getBackground is used to extract the color that has been set. This is the syntax of this, and now we have changed the background color to red, and whatever has been set, it will be displayed in the console. Now the background color of the text field has been changed to red color, and whatever has been set, it has been extracted and displayed in the console. Next we will discuss about the method with respect to select. Select method is used to select the text between the specified position, and select all is used to select all the text that is available in the text field. This is the syntax of these two methods. Now if you want to select the value from 5 to 10, here 5 to 10 means, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and fifth string is S. From S to 10th character will be selected. Now from 5th character till the 10th character it will be selected. So that is the select method. Whereas select all, no need to specify the position since all the characters in the text field will be selected. Now you can able to see all the characters in the text field has been selected using select all method. Next we will discuss about selection start method. Set selection start is used to set the starting position for the text selection. Whereas get selection, whatever the value has been set, it will be returned. So this is the syntax of these two methods. Now we are going to set the selection start from the 5th position. So here your cursor will be blinking at the 5th position. Now your cursor is blinking at the 5th position. That means your selection position has been assigned at the 5th position. Next we discuss about the end selection of the text field. Set selection end is used to set the ending position for the text selection. Whether get selection end, whatever has been set, it will return it. So this is the syntax of these two methods. Now we are going to set the end position at 10th position. So whatever has been set, you can able to extract it using get selection end. Now you can able to see that the selection has starts from 5th position and it has been end at 10th position. So all the character between that position has been selected. Next we will see how to set the color for the text selection. Set selection color is used to set the color for the text selection, and get selection color, whatever color has been set, it will extract it and display it. Now we are going to set the selection color of the text as green, so that instead of gray color it will come green. Now whatever the color has been set, it will be extracted and displayed in the console. Now can able to see from the 5th position to 10th position, the selection color has been changed to green, and whatever the color has been set, it has been displayed in the console. Next we will discuss about how to set the color for the selected text. Set selected text color method is used to set the color for the selected text inside the text field, and get selected text color, whatever the color that has been set, it will extract it. And this is the syntax of this method. Now we are going to set the color for the selected color. So already green has been set for the selection and text color has been changed to red. Now whatever the color has been set, we are going to display it in the console. Now the selection part has been changed to green color, and the text inside the selected area has been changed to red, and whatever has been said, it has been extracted and displayed in the console. Next we will discuss about how to set the color of the caret, nothing but cursor. Set caret color method is used to set the color of the caret, and get caret color is used to extract whatever the color that has been set. And this is the syntax of these two methods. Now we are going to set the color of the cursor to red color, and whatever the color that has been set, we are going to extract it and display it on the console. Now can able to see the color of the cursor is changed to red, and whatever the color that has been set, it has been extracted and displayed in the console. Next we will see how to set the position of the cursor. Set caret position is used to set the position of the cursor. Get caret position, whatever the position that has been set, it will extract it and display it. And this is the syntax of these two methods. Now we are going to set the cursor position to third position. Initially it will be available at the 0th position. Now we are going to change it to the third position. Whatever has been changed, it will be extracted and displayed in the console. Now you can able to see that the cursor position has been set to third position, and whatever the position has been set, it has been extracted and displayed in the console. Next we will see how to align the text inside the text field along x-axis. Set horizontal alignment is used to align horizontally, and get horizontal alignment, whatever alignment has been set, it will extract it and display it. So this is the syntax of these two methods, and these are the valid alignment: center, left, right, leading or the trailing. And these thing has been discussed in details about in details in JLabel video. Now we are going to set the alignment to right side, and whatever has been set, we are going to display it in the console. And he has been aligned to right side. Now the text has been aligned to right side of the text field, and the index value has been retrieved and displayed on the console. Next we will see how to set the tooltip for the specified text field. Set tooltip method is used to set the tooltip for the specified text field, and get tooltip text, whatever the set string has been set, it will extract it and display it. And this is the method for these two methods. Now we will see how to set the tooltip. Here whatever has been displayed, we are displaying it here. Now when you move the mouse over to the text field, you can able to see the tooltip. Okay, so whatever the tooltip has been set, it will be displayed in the console. Next we will see how to enable the text field. Set enable is used to enable or disable the component. Default value is true. If you want to disable it, you have to set it to false. And what is enabled? To ensure whether the component is in enable or disable state. And this is the syntax for these two methods. Now we are going to disable the text field to false. Here whatever, now we are going to display whether the text field has enabled or disabled. Now the text field has been disabled, and we have checked whether the text field has been enabled or disabled, means false is returned. That means the text field is not enabled. Next, to ensure whether the text field can be edited or not, set editable method is used to set the text field component to edit. Otherwise, if you don't want to edit it, you can set it to false. Is editable to ensure whether the text field can be edited or not, and this is the syntax of these two methods. Now we are going to make it as edible. Now we are going to make the text field as not editable, and also we are going to display whether the text field is editable or not using this editable method. Now the content inside the text field cannot be edited, and it has been returned false. That means the content cannot be edited inside the text field. Now I am disabling it. Now you can able to edit the content inside the text field. So here also it has written true. That means I can able to edit the text in the text field. If it is false means you can't able to edit the text in the text field. Thank you.